was like,
Yeah.
how bad could it be?
Yeah, it's good try
How
that.
bad?
Yeah,
It's
how
probably
bad
fine.
could it be?
It's probably
How bad could it be?
It was literally the worst thing.
Why the fuck did you do that?
I could have died. I was cycling.
Cycling. Yeah, with my mum. The other thing we'd like to say is Lianne doesn't know how to ride a bike.
Hi everyone and welcome to Dates, Weights and Protein Shakes. I'm Lianne and I'm a weightlifter.
I'm James and I'm a powerlifter.
And this is the podcast where we talk shit about lifting, relationships, life and everything in between.
Hello listeners and welcome back to another episode of Dates, Weights and Protein Shakes. And to start off, fuck all of you.
Fuck you.
Fuck every single one of you.
Horrible people. I know we gave you a choice, but why did so many of you,
So many
pick the CrossFit workout?
If you're a new listener, not fuck you yet. If you're a long-term listener, yes, fuck you.
Yes. We know who submitted the form.
We know who you
multiple
are.
times.
We know, like, some of you told us. Some of you told us and thought it was a funny little bit. It's not a bit. It's mean. It's not nice.
It's not nice. But we're getting through it. Should we describe what we're actually screaming about? Properly?
Yeah. Give some context for people who maybe missed the last episode.
Yeah. So this is around the 1 year anniversary of James and I starting our podcast, which
Correct.
is very exciting.
Yes, it's a nice time. It's a nice celebration.
It should be a celebration. Yes, it's a very nice time for us. So we thought, let's get the listeners involved for this celebration, give them something that they can really get involved with us on. So we created a poll of different things that we could do in order to celebrate our 1 year anniversary.
Celebrate.
Yeah.
With the listeners. Share a nice experience with the listeners.
And this is the first and last time we will be doing that.
Yes, this is like Boaty McBoatface. Do you know that?
I do, but I don't understand why it's like that.
Donald Trump getting elected or Brexit.
Yeah.
Democracy doesn't work because people take the piss and make bad choices.
Yeah.
So for people who don't know, the options were quite lovely.
Really
Quite
nice options.
Hot ones with actually spicy sauces this time.
Mm-hmm.
A cook along with me. That's nice. I could educate you.
James loves to cook and he really wants someone to watch him cook, so please.
An interview with an exciting special guest like Craig. You guys don't even know Craig yet.
So many things that could have been nice.
Or a CrossFit workout. And 93% of people who voted for a CrossFit workout.
You know what? The thing is, I knew that was going to be the chosen one. I just didn't know how aggressively people...
Yeah, I thought there might, it might be close.
Yeah.
93% voted for a CrossFit workout.
The pie chart is so upsetting.
One person voted for hot ones. And then I think
So fair.
4 and then 5% voted for interview of a special guest and do a chaotic cook along.
Yeah.
93%. Look at it. I don't know if it's going to focus. Look at that pie chart. It's so aggressive.
Yeah, it is aggressive. I understand.
Yeah.
I feel like we can't get too angry here.
If the
but-
tables were turned, I would be voted for a CrossFit workout.
Yeah, we're quite impassioned about this. I don't know. And I think the reason we're acting so aggressively about this is because we did look at CrossFit workouts today, which we hadn't done beforehand. And they're quite bad. So...
Yeah, I think maybe Craig or Lianne mentioned doing Murph, which is a 1 mile run. Bad.
I'll do that. I'll do a 1 mile walk.
100 pull-ups. Bad.
Can't do one. So
200 push-ups.
What the fuck?
300 bodyweight squats. And then another mile run. We're not doing that. We can't do that. I am a large man the size of a small powerlifter. I can't do that. I'm incredibly dangerous over short distances.
Yeah.
Not a mile.
If there's any sprinting ones, I feel like we should do that because you are deceptively fast. I mean,
nippy.
But that's when you were skinny. I saw you being fast.
I'm still nippy now.
Yeah, you're just less
I played rounders the other day and man, I was getting round. I was round and I was getting round.
Yeah. That's the purpose.
So there will have been another form that's gone up by the time this episode comes out and we will have collected the answers for.
Yeah.
In which we will give people the opportunity to vote on the workout that we will be doing. And I think we've come to the conclusion that we will do Grace,
Yes, because that would be funny.
which is 30 clean. Wait, let me get up the workouts. Talk amongst yourself.
Sorry, our dog has joined.
Our dog has joined us, and I've got up gymlion.com for the 10 most popular CrossFit workouts. Grace is 30 clean and jerks.
Yeah. That's so funny.
135 pounds for men, 95 pounds for women. You will be doing 135 pounds.
Yeah, I think I will do the men's RX for these workouts.
What is an RX? That sounds like a CrossFit term.
I've heard of the CrossFit term RX. I'm not actually sure what it stands for, but I think it's this. I think it's
it
the
feels
standard.
like a rate of exertion or something like that.
Oh my god! I don't know.
Let's say
that's
it's
so
that.
smart. It's basically
I've got my phone. I could Google it.
Oh, well, I think it's like the standard weights that men and women should be doing for each of the workouts, but then you can scale that down if you don't want to do that much weight. That's my guess.
No, it doesn't mean rate of exertion, which would make sense. It's doing the workout as prescribed is RX, and that's a medical terminology.
Oh.
So that's stupid, just like CrossFit.
That's stupid.
So 30 clean and jerks each for time. And then,
I need to figure out with this though. Is it full clean and jerks?
no, it's power.
Okay, cool.
It's just I'm going to be doing like rows basically.
Yeah. Okay.
And because Lianne will dick me at any weightlifting exercise, there's going to be a 400-meter run at the end because I am nippy as prescribed, and Lianne will walk that.
I'm gonna hurt myself.
So that's the first one, Grace. We might do. Well, the other option is Isabel, which is 30 snatches for time plus a 400-meter run.
I'm like contemplating my life right now. It's actually just hard.
And it's the same weight for Isabel. So it'd be 135 pounds or 60 kilos again.
For snatches?
Yeah. Which is actually like the most I think I could only ever snatch 60.
Yeah, and you've almost hurt yourself.
So I might die doing that one. So
what is that one?
that's Isabel.
Yeah, but what are you doing it?
30 snatches and then a 400-meter run for us. Maybe I'll do the women's one for that. Maybe we both do 95 pounds.
That doesn't make sense to do the same for
and then the last one is the 3 bars of death, which is deadlift, bench, squat, 10 reps, 9 reps, 8 reps, all the way down to 1 rep.
Yeah.
And that's 1.5 times body weight for deadlift.
Yeah.
Body weight for bench. Oh no, it's not squat. The last one is clean. And then it's 75% of body weight clean, 10 reps, 9 reps, 8 reps, all the way down to 1 rep.
Okay.
I think we'd adjust that to maybe half body weight for you for bench. Because as strong as you are.
I cannot.
Yeah,
my
you
bench,
couldn't do a 70 kilo bench.
I don't know why.
A 35 kilo bench makes sense.
Yeah, I think I could do that.
Yeah.
But when I used to do powerlifting, like whenever I try and do a heavy bench, I just start laughing. I don't know what was wrong with me.
Yeah.
I would just like
Neither do
go
I.
limp and just start laughing.
Yeah.
Wasn't for me.
Wasn't for you. So you guys have one of those 3 workouts to look forward to in a future episode.
Yeah.
The vote will have already been made. People have to do their own research. We'll maybe link it in the form. But that form will be going out this evening, basically.
Yeah.
To give us a week to find out and then hopefully do it next weekend.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a good time. Maybe for you guys. Lianne, that's a nice top you're wearing. Where did you get it from?
Well, I got it from a very nice place called Crazy Strength.
Crazy Strength? I've not heard of that.
Oh, sorry. Craigie Strength.
Oh, Craigie Strength. I'm very familiar with Craigie Strength.
Yes, there is someone there called Craig Spicer who is a very nice man. And I'm very excited to announce that I am now a Crazy Strength athlete.
Wow. That's very exciting.
You see it?
That's very exciting. I've been a Crazy Strength athlete for a while now.
Yes.
Now we're both Crazy Strength athletes.
I know, it's very exciting. I am excited to build some crazy strength.
I'd already say you're crazily strong.
I want to get even more crazily strong. I want to get insane strong.
Wow.
Insane strength.
Insane
That's
strength.
the next
That's
level.
what you want. Is
Yeah.
that like the elite form of crazy strength?
Yeah, I think so.
I want to be insane strong as well.
Well, you can be because you go to Crazy Strength now.
I can. Wow. I really want him to clip this and like use it as like advertising.
Yeah,
but
this is
it's
free
so,
for you, Craig.
Like none of our views or opinions reflect those of Crazy Strength as a business, unless
Yeah.
stated. We just say this stuff because we like Craig.
Yeah.
But he's not paying us. He probably doesn't want to pay us because we're maybe
No.
not a good representation of anyone's brand other than our own. But Liam, that's genuinely exciting news.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
I've really enjoyed being a Crazy Strength
Yep.
athlete, and I'm excited. I'm excited to be part of a community with you again.
Yeah,
And-
I am too. I think there's a couple of things I'm really excited about. First of all, I've already done a little bit of work with Craig over the past year, and I mean, you guys know we've talked about him in the podcast before, but he is just a really great man and someone who
A good human.
a really good human, someone who's really passionate about what they do, and he puts so much effort and time into everything he does with you and the rest of his team and his athletes. So yeah, I'm really excited to be a part of that. And as you said, I'm so excited to be doing something with you again. I'm basically just following you around. Like,
Lianne does that.
I'm like, oh, James is here. I'm gonna go there.
No one else in the world thinks that way,
No.
but I'm so glad that you do.
I like a little limpet.
Well, I'm looking forward to checking in on a future episode on your Crazy Strength journey.
Thank you. I am very excited to share.
One of the things we said we were going to do when we started the podcast was try different forms of exercise.
Yes.
And kind of report back on how they were and how we enjoyed them. We've already had one installment of this on our Instagram called Big L Tries.
Yep.
And that was Big L Tries CrossFit. And you went to a nice CrossFit box
Yep. I
and did a weightlifting based CrossFit workout.
Apparently, yes.
And we came back with the conclusion, not for us, but actually not that bad.
Yeah. Like it was good for people who want to do that.
Yeah. And like, if you had to do one again, you'd maybe do it again.
Yeah.
Not so bad that you wouldn't do it.
No, that was
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
And spoiler alert, there's going to be small J tries coming soon. I am literally tomorrow morning going to a strongman workout with friends of the show, Gym Boyfriend Jay
Yep.
and Jared.
Yep.
And I'm excited for that at Barbell Division in Southampton.
Mm-hmm.
I'll report back on that in a future episode.
Yep.
But this week, anyone who follows the Instagram, which is
Dates, sweets, and protein shakes.
concerned how long that took you to remember. The name of the
I
show.
blanked out.
We'll see a series of stories on Big L Tries
Yeah.
because you went and tried.
A spin class.
Why the fuck did you do that?
Well, I'm trying to kind of put myself out there a little bit more, try some new things. I'd mentioned to my good friend Sophie that spin was something.
So for listeners, I just put the dog on the floor.
Spin was something that I was pretty interested in just doing because I've seen people do it before.
It's easy, right? It's riding a bike.
Yeah, like
You never forget.
Peloton, like it's a big thing. I also have a couple of friends who are spin instructors, so I was like,
Yeah.
how bad could it be?
Yeah, it's good try.
Bad.
Yeah, how bad could it be?
It's probably
How bad
fine.
could it be?
So
How bad was it?
it was literally the worst thing
Yeah.
ever. Like my heart rate got to a point where I could have died, and you shouldn't really do that to yourself. I don't think it's good for you in any way at all.
I think our friend Jake said it was 6 beats per minute below what is scientifically your maximal heart rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were
I
at
don't know
100.
what calculation he used. To
So
find that
it's
out, but-
it's like 220 minus your age is kind of standardly considered
Okay.
to be, and yours. So that for you is like 194,
yeah.
and you're 194,
194, yeah.
and yours was at like 190, right? So
Yeah,
4 beats per minute,
190.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because he worked out using your age as 24, which is quite funny because nice that he thinks we're younger.
Oh yeah, that's very kind.
So yeah, let's kind of walk through
Mm-hmm.
blow by blow
Well,
the spin cast.
yeah.
We'll give it kind of high level because you've already done the stories.
Yeah.
I'd recommend checking out the stories. They're good content. But let's just kind of review that.
Yeah.
And we've also, at the end,
Mm-hmm.
we've got a voice note from Sophie who went with you.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we'll play that and reflect on how Sophie found it.
Yeah, okay. I haven't actually listened to that yet, so I'm looking
I haven't. It's going to be a surprise. I've been saving it on purpose for the
Oh, no.
podcast.
Okay. Well, I think going into it, I didn't really know what to expect. I kind of thought we'd do a little cycle for 45 minutes and that would be it, and I'd go home. It's really like mentally tough, I think, but made easier by the fact that it's kind of split into phases, which is quite nice. You start with kind of the warm up. Again, when we do warm ups in these different types of classes, I feel like it really scares me because that's not a warm up. That is just fully fucking cycling and really like putting in an effort.
What were you doing in the warm up?
I was cycling.
But okay, but there's kind of like cycling and there's cycling. Like, were you like, was it a guided cycle? Was it
So they kind of give you instructions on what to do with like your resistance. So like there's a bit of a break. I mean, go and check out the stories for what I thought he was saying when I was talking about resistance.
Before we get into warm up, I think we want to address the resistance thing.
Okay.
Because I was initially appalled by this, but the more I thought about it,
I feel like
the more I'm
such
upset
idiot.
for you.
Yeah.
So what happened with the resistance?
The instructor was at the front of the class, obviously, and then Sophie and I had got seats in the back. I think she...
Cool kids in the back.
Well, no, I think she reserved that for me because she knew I wouldn't want to sit at the front.
Fair enough.
So it's very nice of her. But that meant that whilst we were cycling, there was also loud music playing, and I struggled to hear anyway.
You have very small ears.
Yeah, I think you mumble, but...
I do not mumble. As listeners of this podcast will know, I talk very loudly.
Yes, you do shout. That's true. Yeah. I just can't hear properly. I don't know what it is. I just struggle to hear.
We should get that checked.
I should go to the doctor. Anyway, so when it's loud music, I can hear the blood pumping in my ears. Therefore, that blocks out majority of other sound that's happening. I couldn't hear the instructor very well, and he kept saying something that I thought was life assistance. Mm-hmm. So make sure you have your life assistance on. And I was like, I don't know what that is. Like, I genuinely thought it was a strap or something that you would like put around yourself.
Because sometimes on treadmills you have those things. So like, if you fall off, it like stops you.
That's exactly what I thought. Or it was reasonable, like an emergency button to like stop. But then that doesn't really make sense. So what he was saying was turn on light resistance. So take the brake off so that you're just pedaling without as much resistance. So I didn't know that was happening. So I was just having it on heavy resistance and then sometimes turning it down when I got too tired.
Yeah. So you were basically cycling at one resistance the whole time.
Well, no, I would change it, but I didn't turn it down really when he said to turn it down.
So the first time Lianne told me this, I was appalled. And I was like, how do you not know to turn it up and down? And then I thought about it and I was like, okay, why do I know that?
Yeah.
And it's because I've been to spin classes before.
Have you?
Yeah, with my mum. When I was like probably too old to be able to spin class with my mum, when I was like 13 or 14.
That's so sweet.
But when I went to those spin classes, the instructor would be at the front and they'd be like, right, we have this. Yeah. This turns your resistance up and this turns it down. And at times I'll tell you to turn it down and at times I'll tell you to turn it up. So like, oh, we're going to do a hill climb, turn it up.
Yeah.
Or now we're just doing a flat cycle, turn it down.
Yeah.
Someone has explained this to me.
Yeah.
If someone doesn't tell you to turn the knob up and down, you don't really know.
Yeah, I mean, I knew the knob was there and I figured out what to do with it because I've been on a bicycle before.
You know what that does.
I know what it does, so that was good. Mine was broken, though, so when I tried to turn it down, the resistance actually got a lot harder and I'd have to turn it down all the way, and then eventually it got really light again, so that was a whole other story. But yeah, I didn't hear what he was saying. I was trying to focus on like breathing. So yeah, it made it more difficult for me.
It sounds like the instructor wasn't being careful. Wasn't being helpful.
No, and well, he was fine, but like, I don't think he really cared. And also like, it's dark in there, so I couldn't see his face. A big part of how I hear people is I like lip read. Such a dad joke.
But I've had instructors before who are like, turn your resistance down a quarter turn or turn your resistance up half a turn. And that's quite clear.
Yeah.
If you've not done a spin class before and you're mainly focusing on surviving, just saying light resistance isn't helpful.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying.
I retract my previous appalledness.
Yeah.
And say, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah. I was just copying him most of the time. Sometimes we'd get up and we'd be standing and then we'd do a little... And we'd go down and up. Got that in my videos.
That's
Got
going to be
video for
really
that.
weird for people who use audio only.
Oh yeah, I was just mimicking what we were doing in the spin class. But yeah, it was really tough. And
you haven't even told us about the warm-up yet. You were...
honestly, James, I don't remember what the warm-up was.
It was just too hard.
I was just like, oh my God, we're really cycling. Like, we're not just like doing a little pedal, we're actually cycling now. So yeah, I think that was where it was like, oh, this is going to be quite hard because that's just a warm-up. And it was to like a song that was pretty good. But yeah, it was also music, which was quite nice. And yeah, it was hard and I don't think I want to go back. And also the fact that after, when I spoke to Sophie about it, she basically said that it was like maybe one of the easier ones that she's done. So she goes to a gym in Winchester, does them lots. So she was just chilling.
Yeah.
But
you had some specific reflections that you put on the stories.
yes.
For people who maybe haven't seen the stories, can you just share what those were?
Yeah, go to the stories if you want more detail. It's all under the Big L Tries story highlight that we've got. But I think the main ones are bring a towel, because I did not, and there was sweat going into my eyeballs and into my mouth.
And that's not nice for the next person who's going to use that bike.
I washed it. I washed
it
it thoroughly with the spray that was there. But yeah, it wasn't great. Also, the nether regions hurt a lot and have been in pain for a couple of days following that section. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that sounds unideal.
Yeah, not good. Nothing really you can do about that. Maybe get some padding down there if that's possible. Also, don't wear Vivo barefoots if you have them, because
sad.
Yeah,
I love to always wear my
sad.
Vibo barefoot.
So yeah, so do I. So that's why I wore them. But the pedals kind of only come halfway up your feet, and you do a lot of standing and a lot of like hard pedaling.
Do they not have the like straps that you can strap it into?
Well, that wouldn't have helped because the pressure was still like halfway up my foot in the little, like there's no padding on the Vibos.
Oh, so it's because the pointiness of the pedals are hurting your feet.
Like, so if this is your foot, sorry, audio listeners.
So Lianne's putting her hand up flat.
This is the foot. So here's my toe. And then the pedal kind of comes over like this, but it only stops here.
Yeah, so when you're cycling...
Here, it like digs into the arch of your foot.
When you're cycling,
yeah,
right, you're supposed to push with your toes, not the middle of your foot.
And no one told me this. What are you talking about?
When you cycle...
I can't do that.
When you cycle, right, you're supposed to push the pedals with like the ball of your foot. Not the middle of your foot.
No, that I don't. I'm not.
Because then you can
that.
scoop the pedal back round. So rather than just pushing down, you can also pull up. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to blow your mind.
Too low.
That makes it a lot easier doing that push pull because you use all the muscles in your leg, not just half of them. I appreciate that the metal pedals on a spin bike are pointy and you need something more substantial than a Vivo barefoot.
Yeah, it really hurt.
But
I'm
sorry to say...
now. I'm more upset now.
You were cycling suboptimally.
Well, my arches are fucking bruised. My inner thighs are bruised. My ego is bruised. And honestly, I just didn't have a nice time.
So you're not going to be going to a spin class again?
No, I've decided right now I'm not going to go back. I'm having a stroke.
I'm going to get up Sophie's voice note now.
Okay.
It is 2 minutes long.
Oh, God. What she said.
Let's listen to what she says.
So I love spin generally. It's basically dancing on a bike. That spin I would probably give maybe like a 6 out of 10.
I don't know if Sophie's using or the correct 0 to 10 scale, because that means slightly harder than average there.
I think she probably means it wasn't that great.
Okay.
It was a very dark room. The lights were vibes. The music was good. Started off with, we're rolling, what? Which is good because we were rolling. We were cycling, because that's what cycling is. Not a massive fan of the push-ups, the amount of push-ups he did, because I have never seen anyone do Tour de France and doing push-ups on their bike as they do the Tour de France, but hey ho. Temperature was okay. But yeah, we did just go straight into cycling, as Lianne said. There was no like setup. So were we doing like long endurance and then some HIIT? No, it was just literally a lot of hill climbs.
So it sounds like what I think there, that the instructors just kind of turned up
The
and
instructor does not give a fuck. Like
and gone, right, we're doing spin today.
yeah, this is a checkbox in his day. Like he does not care what's going on.
And that's caused the resistance problem, and also just no one also knows what's going on for the next hour. So Pure Gym, we've said some nice things about you lately, but your spin classes sound like they suck. I'll also add, sometimes when I go to the gym in London, and I'm like trying to do like a bench workout, it's right next to their spin room that doesn't have a door that shuts, and I just like, I'm trying to listen to my music that gets me in the mood, and I'm just getting like music, and I hate the music.
Same,
and it angers me. Pure Gym, like, sort out your spin classes. We're not happy about it.
As we said, the music wasn't bad at all.
For a spin class, yeah, but if you're trying to do like 90% squat,
but the thing is, we did have a door that closed, and it was fucking moist in there. It was like you could cut through the sweat. It was really bad. And I think 50% of it was coming from me. So
that's not good. Right. So Hugh, what's next?
And with the hill climbs comes the issue that I had no clue what gear I was on. So I could have been doing minute amount, and you just sort of had to guess with the pressure. And I was like, I like to have numbers. Like I have numbers on my other bike, on like a normal bike, and when I go on to other spin bikes, give me numbers. I'm very focused, because then I can use my stats. I can figure out my watts. I know how much energy I've used, all sorts.
I've got a lot of time for what Sophie's saying there.
Yeah, me too. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know you could have numbers on the resistance. All I know is Pure Gym spin bikes. It doesn't sound like they're very good.
I think one of us, might have to be me, needs to go to a spin class with Sophie.
I think we both need to go.
Yeah, I think we need to find
and you need to see how much I struggle.
Go to a good spin class.
Yeah.
And actually, because I think what we've got here is Big L tries Pure Gym spin. Which we can say is bad.
Probably the worst spin.
Yeah, we'll go to. We'll listen to the rest of this, but I feel like we're gonna have to go to a spin class with Sophie and report back on that.
I want to just watch you do it. You're gonna be good at it though.
It's because I have chunky legs.
Oh, you can teach me how to actually ride a bike properly.
Yeah, the other thing we've learned today is Lianne doesn't know how to ride a bike.
He was all right. I feel like I was loving life throughout the whole thing, and I just turned to my left, and then Lianne was there like, it's so hot, as we both dripped with sweat. But then I had my sweat rag, which I should have really informed Lianne to have bring, but
I think it's worth saying.
It was a proper rag. Like, it wasn't at all. It's like a little... It was a rag.
It's probably worth saying that Sophie's also run a marathon. So like,
Sophie's a very fit person, very, very athletic person. Yeah. Like, this is...
like, plays hockey regularly. Like, she does cardio. We don't do cardio. So it's
that's why I needed her to, like, take me and guide me.
Come, young one. Young grasshopper.
Be a mentor in the Smith class.
Lessons learned. I really enjoyed it. I've got to take her for a proper spin class at some point.
We actually haven't listened to this all the way through. We didn't know she was going to say it. Okay, so it sounds like we're in agreement that we need to go to a spin class. Yes.
But I will also want to take her for some more classes like body pump. See how she really hates that. But thank you very much for coming with me, Lianne. I really appreciate it. Love ya. Bye.
Thanks, Sophie. Love you too.
Thanks, Sophie. Love you, but hate you a little bit as well.
It sounds like the next couple of episodes of the podcast need to be me doing strongman.
Yes.
Us doing our CrossFit workout.
Yep.
An actual spin class with Sophie.
Yeah.
And then it sounds like you're going to body pump.
Apparently. You know what I really want to do? Legs, bums, and tums.
Right, maybe we do leg bumps and tums before the body pump. Like,
yeah.
And we'll report back on all of those.
Oh, God, yeah.
But to summarise, Pure Gym spin is...
rubbish.
Avoid it. Right, we have a couple of minutes left on the podcast. I've told you what this segment is, and you said you can't think of a good answer.
No.
So we'll start the next episode with your answer to this question.
Yeah.
So this is the question. Last year, when we started the podcast, we said, what are our goals for ourselves over the year?
Yeah.
I think we should say what our goals for the other person is for the next 12 months.
Goals or hopes?
Kind of what I'd like to see you do, what I think you could improve over the next year.
This is like a performance review.
Yeah, but I think it's interesting that this podcast is about our relationship with each other and lifting.
Yeah.
There's obviously things I think I need to work on. There must be things you think I need to work on.
I need to have a proper sit down and think about it though.
So this is how the podcast works. I have a whole notes app where I write down interesting things that I think we should talk about on the podcast. And Lianne, I love you so dearly, but you just turn up.
I set up, but I just sit down and I'm like, what are we talking about?
To be fair, you also do all the editing and a lot of the admin. So, but
I think it's fairly shared.
yeah, it's fairly shared. It's just I do the content.
Okay, right. What was the question? What was the question?
No. So I said what it is. It's what I think you should improve on over the next year.
What is your answer then?
What do you think my answer is going to be?
To try more.
No, I know you try hard.
To focus on my nutrition.
No, I think you have good nutrition.
Okay.
Because I cook for you.
You do cook everything.
You're circling around what I think it is.
Oh. To apply myself more?
No, because that sounds like you don't apply yourself. I want to phrase this correctly, but the bits that go alongside the training, I think you can put more effort into and I think that maybe this is a better way, to focus on those more.
Yeah, yes, I agree with that.
So, for example, mobility, warming up, cooling down and stretching properly afterwards. So, for example, we went to the gym mere hours ago, and that was the first time I've seen you do mobility before we went to the gym.
This is because Craig is a very smart man, and I have told him before that I don't do my mobility and I don't really do accessories and I don't do a lot of the things that help me as an athlete.
But what you do is if it's written down in your program, you follow it.
Yeah.
So first thing in the ads program today, 15 minutes of hip mobility. So
I was feeling limber after that.
Yeah, doesn't it make you feel better?
I did, yeah.
But then we got to the gym.
Yeah.
And I proceeded to do my 10 minutes of warm up.
Yeah.
And during that time, what did you do?
I worked up to 95 kg squats.
Yeah, you just did squats straight in.
I did a little bit of warming up.
Yeah, but not the optimal amount.
Not the James warm up.
Yeah, my warm up I'd say is maybe a bit much.
Yeah.
But I definitely think you could warm up and prepare yourself better for the workout.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's going to enhance your performance in the workout. And then once you finish, you could do your stretching.
I did do some. You know what? I did do some stretching.
Why did you do some stretching today?
Because the program was very hard and my legs hurt.
And
I was waiting on you to finish.
If you weren't waiting on me, would you have done that?
No.
Okay.
And I probably would have left and then be like, oh, I should probably do some rolling later, and I just wouldn't have done
it. Yeah, unrelated question. Can you list any niggles or injuries you have at the moment?
Yes.
Okay.
I have patellar tendonitis in my knee, and I have tennis elbow in my elbow.
And
can
you list some of the things that were hurting before your last competition?
My lat and my shoulder and my scapula.
My lat is tight sometimes.
Sometimes like, how is James like never injured?
Yeah, and like I do think you do these things well, but I think you could help yourself have an easier time in the gym. So in summary, other than all this bullying you that I've been doing, which I look forward to you reciprocating.
Yeah, I'm going to be really mean with mine.
I don't think mine was mean.
No, it wasn't.
I think maybe the way I delivered it was me.
It wasn't. I didn't know. You're so right. I know it. It's fine.
Yeah.
And I do want to work on those things as well. So it's good that you want that for me also.
So to summarize, I think if I had free choice and could give you one thing to work on for next year, it would be the non-program bits of going to the gym.
Yeah, fair enough.
Look out next week for Lianne abusing me.
Supporting you, James.
Giving guidance and constructive feedback.
Constructive feedback. It's very good to be able to take that. So yeah.
I can't take it.
Yes, you can. We'll see next week.
We'll see. And that brings us to the end of another episode of Dates, Weights and Protein Shakes. As always, we hope you did enjoy, but also fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you guys. I mean, you must be glad you got your